Just testing out the microphone right now. I have a new kind of setup, a little bit easier, I guess, but I just want to see if this is working out correct, if I'm getting drowned out. But what's going on, DJ Defile, Pog Almighty? We're gonna I'm gonna go over some of the new stuff that we've finished with the Strike League, which I'm very excited about. And this whole podcast situation today is more about an introduction to potentially anyone new that might be watching this or on the pre-record of this when we go to upload it, because today I'm actually going to go over the Strike Vest and the Strike Coach implementation, which is super badass. I'm so stoked about this, and there's actually been people reaching out to me that have actual interest with wanting to be a strike coach or a striker, meaning one of the players. It's coming together so well, and I couldn't be happier. And it's coming together so well, much sooner than I originally anticipated. So I have a different setup today to really go over how the game should be looked at by anyone who's either playing it or viewing it. I have a whole setup here to show a little bit of the map and maybe some potential strategies that future players could do. Also, for anyone who is tuning in or is listening on the future pre-record, we're going to try to do these every Saturday to the lead up to the very first Neon Strike League event. And then after that, we'll probably have follow-ups every week because we're going to have production videos of all the highlights of the matches, the entire event as a whole. It is going to be a production that you have not seen before in any type of shooting game. So airsoft, laser tag, anything, jelly ball, like all that stuff. Like, these guys will not be able to compete with what we're doing here at the Strike League, from the game development to the production of the entire event to the post production of all the lead up footage that led to the first day when these, I'm going to say, pioneer players and pioneer coaches and pioneer commentators and pioneer strike girls come together to make this what it is, which is a living, breathing, brand new sport coming in to this space. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait. Okay, going live here. We're already live, but to actually transition everything over to, me talking directly to you guys and then going over the different parts of the game here, having about 5 minutes. But I'm going to go over some amazing things here, especially when it comes to the Strike League. So the Strike coaches, the new Strike Vest. We've finished all of our gear. All of our gear's done. Like, we are months and months in advance of finishing this. Like, we were supposed to be barely through phase two, um, November. We're in final phases. Like, we're in complete, hey, we're done. Everyone here can go practice at the house. You don't need the crazy neon lights. That's what we're doing for our big event. But you literally can set this game up at the house, practice with your buddies, and be ready for the first Strike League event, which is where all the production is going to come in and everything. So all this stuff can be set up at your home, which means anyone can practice and join the Pro League in the future, which is everything we're gearing up for. What's up, Boston? Um, Guys, I'm in the Strike League Discord. I know that you guys may be a part of the Saga Gather one. I'm happy. I'm thankful you guys are still a part of that. I'm gonna um, do the lives on the Strike League Discord. So if you want to hop in there, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, hop into the Lounge 1, and then I will drag you down, and then we can definitely talk and cover some of the Strike League stuff. I'm just going to go over a little bit of some of the development we did, which realistically has completely finished. We've finished everything. So I want you guys to see exactly what's going on. And I think we're kind of close enough right now to me just killing the timer on this thing just so we can get the ball rolling. But God, so much has been done. Like, I wish you guys were there when I visited the new indoor arena. This new indoor arena is huge, absolutely huge. I need to take video of it next time I'm there. It's big. The indoor arena has 2 full fields. I'm gonna get into this. Let me go in there. Okay, bingo. So a little bit easier to. Let me see if I can fix this thing. All right. I don't know if the volume here is any better, but great to see you guys. And I'm trying to make it easier so you guys can see the map. I'm trying to make it a little bit easier so you guys can see exactly how you can develop certain plays when we get the very first event going, or potential coaches or strikers that want to participate in this league. You'll be able to see the types of plays you can make, and this will help articulate how to play our game. And again, you don't need to have all the neon stuff. You don't got to have all the neon lights. You don't got to have any of the crazy things that we're going to set up come game day. All you have to do is just set up your field. So I'm going to get into how you can do that at the house. So any streamers that want to do this, I highly encourage it. The reason being is this is great. Like, if you guys had a team or players that want to join the very first event, they can participate in our Strike Cup. And that's going to be something we get into here in a second. But really quick, let me just go over how you can set this up at the house. Now, all you need, if you look at the far left and the far right, you got strike nets here. Okay. Now, you don't need to have a full goal with our custom nets, and our custom nets look a lot like this. They look like this. So you got separate circles coming in there, right? So the corners are 2 points. There's one in the middle. That's 3, and then you got 2 ones on the sides. All that means is when you cross the field, okay. So let me put you over to the full cam here so you can see. So if you're starting on this side of the field, right, similar to basketball, similar to soccer, whatever, right, or even whatever football, starting on the side of the field. When your team crosses over and you get to the other side of the field, that's when the other team can shoot you. And if you get shot by any one of the strike guns, you're frozen for 8 seconds. And the way we keep track of that is with the strike vest, which I'm going to show. It is absolutely awesome, and it is going to track everything, and it makes you feel like you're in a video game. It's not like anything from laser tag. To me, that's like your grandfather's. Like, that's your grandfather's vest. What we got going on is like it pulls you into that game, and it has a whole other mindset. Like, this is a whole other type of situation. But when you go to cross the field, we call this the strike zone, and the reason being is you can shoot them, and they can shoot you. Now, when you cross that side of the field and you got the strike ball in hand, that guy right on top, when you have the strike ball, the whole point is to either A, get all the way to the control zone, and that is your touchdown. If you don't get shot and you're evasive and fast as hell, get over there, 5 points to your team. Now, remember, you only got 45 seconds to shoot that ball or run to the touchdown, which is our control zone, right? You only got 45 seconds. So, if you can't make it all the way over there because the other team is positioned really good with their guns, you can throw the ball. You better have good aim. You only get 1 shot with that ball, and that's where this comes in. So if you got someone on your team that's a badass throwing that strike ball, he can knock back threes all day. You might as well call them the Golden State Warriors of the Strike League, because all they're doing is knocking back threes. Now, if you got someone who's fast as hell and evasive, then get yourself a touchdown. That's 5 points. Control zone, 5 points. So again, I just wanted to go over that really quickly just so there was some clarity because again, it's a brand new style sport. It's never been done before. But just know everything inside the map here, everything inside this map is going to be different. That's where it pulls you into a different type of situation. So just like in games, like in first person shooters, there's maps that are different. The base of the map is the same. This will never change. But the middle portion, that's where we get creative with our LED lit inflatables. LED lit. And we're playing around with holograms too. So the whole thing's going to come alive. So the point of those inflatables is so that way you can kind of, cover yourself so you're not getting shot all the time. The holograms do provide some sort of distraction. So the maps will come alive. That's the whole point of this, is to be the distraction, right? So I've had a lot of great insight from a lot of different people on how to build this center portion of the map. Just realize on Strike League Day, there's going to be one map played, but when Strike League 2 happens, that may be an entirely separate map, and it's only going to be different in the middle there. Okay, not to yammer too much, but I just want to say hello to everyone. Hello, Frankies. What if I'm all about them headshots? Let's go, baby. That's all you need. All right, boom, headshot, Pog Almighty. Let's go, Doc Holland days. Again, I encourage everyone to play this game. Give it a shot, because if you can develop, if you can get a team together, or if you want to coach, we got big plans for this thing after the Strike League Day 1. So again, all you need to set this up at the house, get yourself some cones, right? Cone up where the goalposts, where the goals are, right? You don't have to do the net and everything. You don't got to do that. You got to designate one side for the touchdown, and then just put up some things here where players can kind of hide behind certain things. Carry a soccer ball. It's all good. Ours is LED lit and it's completely seen. But you don't need that to practice with your team at the house, because we want to turn this into a pro league. We want franchise teams, and we want coaches. And after day 1, after all the production is done, you better believe it, we're taking this and we're taking it on the road, and we're putting it towards all different types of sponsors. On day 1 of the Strike League, we have local radio stations coming in that are interested. They have interest. Anyone who has looked at the pitch deck for this at all the arenas I've been to loves the concept. They just have no idea what the bullets are. The bullets are not real bullets, obviously. They are neon lit jelly balls, right? So less like splattery than paintball. Doesn't hurt like airsoft. But the point of the jelly balls is that it dissolves quickly. So we can go anywhere with this. And you better believe it. We have all types of custom guns for the Strike League. We have one company right now that's making all of our vests, and they're making all of our guns. And the guns are completely custom. They're going to be very good. Specific Strike League guns. But you can purchase any guns you want, technically. Just make sure they're jelly ball guns. Just go anywhere, purchase it, and practice. Because you got to be good with the strike gun. You got to be good with the strike ball to make those shots. You got to be fast. You got to be smart. Just have a complete team together. Whatever teams you guys have for online first-person shooter gameplay, put all that to this. Anyone who's played airsoft, anyone who's played paintball, or whatever, bring all those skills. You play traditional sports, badass. You can do well over here. You just game all day. Hey, you know what? This entire thing has that concept and feel. If you've ever wanted to coach a blend of everything, enjoy. This is it. Okay. Let me get really quick into the coaches, and then I'm bringing people into the disc, like down where I'm at in the Discord, and then let's just hang out and chill, and let's talk about this or whatever you guys have in mind. Okay, so being a coach is awesome, right? Because coaches are the only ones that can call the timeout. So picture like football and picture basketball, right? You only got 45 seconds to make that shot with the strike ball. Now, let's say your team is down by a couple of points, and a couple of points is everything in this game. And the actual timer, the actual round clock is about to end and the game's about to finish. So a coach is the only one that can call the timeout. They get 3 timeouts, 30 seconds each. Now, this is a little bit different. When a coach calls a timeout for their team, that team is allowed to leave the field and, go to their coach and talk. The other team has to stay on the field. So we want to give that type of edge, right? We want to give that edge to the coach who is calling that 30-second time out. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you in Discord, but I can't hear you on stream.
Okay, let me see if I can fix this thing a little bit. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I'm very low. You're also kind of low actually now on the stream.
Okay, I'm trying to fix this thing. Talk right now, Frankie. I think I boosted up your volume.
Yeah, yeah, sounds better.
Sounds better. Okay. Yeah, it's a whole new setup, and I haven't played with this thing in a hot minute, so it's been different.
It's been a minute since you've done a podcast, that's for sure.
It's been a long time. Like I feel like doing it this way is probably better. Because before, like I was just you know just sitting down, computer, just putting stuff up, and then I actually really hate being on camera, so like I just would fuck just cam down, whatever, chill, da da da, this that and the other, be like the background production dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A whole new freaking setup, man. I'm telling you right now. But Uh, so okay, let me scroll down here because I haven't checked anything yet. Awesome, Pigpen, brother, what's going on? Hop on. I'm in the Strike League Discord, guys. So in case you guys want, I know I have two right now. Again, I appreciate you all for being a part of the Saga Gather one. We will do something with that in the future for sure. But hop in the Strike League one. I'll move you down, and then let's chill and talk. I actually got this thing to work, which is amazing for me. Like I was expecting this thing to mess up somehow because I'm so used to things crashing. Like that's why I haven't been able to do anything for so long. Is like whenever I would load up a Zoom or a Discord, one of those things would give out, and I just say, screw it. Let's just all just chill on like Discord and call it a day."
right.
Frankie, my man. So me and Frankie go way back, way back. Like I did a
Yep.
Counter Strike like it was like a shit talk podcast. That's really what it was. It's like a shit talk podcast.
Effectively, yeah.
Man, I remember that, and I didn't realize that Frankie was actually factions back in the day because we played like some pretty hardcore Counter Strike. Man, that was a long time ago.
It's actually it's hilarious that we hung out for probably a year. Like we probably knew each other on Twitch for about a year before we realized that we had interacted like a decade prior in Counter Strike, and that we actually knew each other from all the way back then. That was a pretty insane coincidence, to be honest.
I, to be fair, like I had no idea. Like I wish, I wish I knew sooner because I would have been like, oh my god, that's factions. Like it would have been a different feel for me. It just when I found out, I was like, oh my god, like this is real. I had to
Because we
go back to listen to the
we could
podcast.
we were talking about Counter Strike one night. I remember, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I played Counter Strike like 1.6, like really competitively." I'm like, "Me too." I was like, "Wait." I was like, "It was kind of it wasn't that small of a community, but it's pretty small at a higher level. Like if you played like main and above, like everybody kind of knew everybody." So I was like, "Wait, what's your nickname? Maybe like I heard of you or I'd remember you." And you're like, "Oh yeah, I was MX Pro," and I'm like, "Wait a fucking second." I was like, "I'm pretty sure we were on a fucking podcast together before at some point."
Yeah, I so for a very short time I was doing a match casting for Godfrag. A very, very, very short time. Never paid, obviously. I was nowhere near the level of Rivington, and Rivington was coming up during that time. But like, so today, right? And I have to ask everyone too. did you guys have a game that you fell in love with where it's like it was a part of you? You know what I mean? Like you fell in love with it. It's a part of your childhood, and even if you brought up an old YouTube of that game, it kind of pulls you back into feeling like that kid again. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Like, is there a game for you that's like that?
I'm praying nobody says League of Legends for their own sake.
So, all right. There's one question I have to ask because I've never played League. Hold on. There we go. I've never played League, right? So I actually have a legitimate question. So, is it as toxic as what everyone says? Is League the toxic game, or is it Rust? Like everyone says, League is like the worst game to play.
I think they're toxic in different ways. I think Rust is more toxic in terms of like the voice chat just being a constant flow of racial slurs from 12-year-olds, whereas League is more it's like a competitive toxic where like if you're not doing, perfectly, people will call you like trash and people will get like really angry at you because their, ELO is dependent on the result of that game. So it's a different type of toxic, I would have to say.
I think okay. I actually have this on voice activity now, so I have it sounds weird, but I have a free hand, and nobody make any jokes. I actually have a free hand now because I was holding down the caps lock key.
Wait,
That's how I used to.
oh, I was gonna say, where's the other one? How come you only have one free hand?
It was holding the microphone clearly. You know what I mean? It was holding the microphone. Um, but like, so yeah, I'm on the Strike League Discord, guys. So if you guys want to hop over there, hop in the lounge one. I will drop you in. Um, to me, this is super cool. I'm happy to have everyone around here.
Oh,
What's up, Saturday?
yo, what's up?
So like,
Saturday.
where are we at here? Maple Story, EverQuest one. So, um, oh, Saturday, you're double feeding a little bit, brother. There was one game that stood out to me, and I know it's the same for Frankie too. I think it is. Um, Today, I was watching the Counter Strike 1.6 frag movies. I don't know if you guys remember that at all, or if you guys have ever seen it, but like back in the day, right back in the day, right? People were making these instant like gaming classics where like the best shot from like the best lands that were happening and stuff like that. So I wanted to bring that feel back. So like with this whole Strike League thing, that's the kind of if you guys look up the movies Ruination or
I was just
Eolithic,
about to name. I was just about to say Ruination.
Ruination,
I thought that was the best one.
Frag or Die, Ruination, Eolithic, watch those. You will get an idea as to what we're going to do with this. And the way we're about to do it, we're sticking cameras on all of the strikers, all the players. So you get that first person view. But Inu is also going to have a drone. We're going to get him a drone. He's going to take a drone with a camera and it's going to go over the map. So you're going to have that feel of like the eagle eye view, the first person shooter. So imagine like, someone with their gun running around the map and then you're getting the first person point of view and then these like stream of like green bullets fly around and all they're doing is shooting all these players, all these strikers, and their vests are lighting up because they're getting hit. That's so the other thing that we're doing, because I wanted to make this feel like you were playing a video game, even though it's all IRL for right now. We're trying to figure this out. Whenever somebody
Um,
gets an effective freeze, their name will show up on the top left and the top right of the screen. Very similar to Counter Strike or whenever you get like a frag, it'll show that. So like if four people get frozen by one guy, it's going to show that. So it's going to show like he's got those freezes, which means that's our version of a kill. Because if you get shot with the gun, you're frozen for 8 seconds. It is going to be awesome. Like I can't wait for you guys to see this live and in action. It is going to be so badass.
See, you know what I'm excited about? You were talking about frag movies. I'm excited about the first people to do a Pub Masters movie on Strikeball. Whoever
That,
pulls off the Pub Masters, that's who I wanna be. That's gonna be if I end up coaching a team, that's gonna be my team, dude.
hot coffee mod. I just have a big pen typed. Oh my god. Um, see, LMAO. Well, the crypto shit from like 10 years ago. What are you guys talking about crypto for? What?
Yeah, Ostern's a criminal these days.
Uh, I got cryptos on the come up for next year, so have fun, guys. But good to see you, Erica. Again, guys, we all want to hop into the Strike League Discord. I'll pull you on down. But I wanted to show the map too here. And I definitely want to get your take Saturday, because Saturday jumped in a little early with us, and he's been kind of checking things out too, along with some of the guys behind the scenes. But just so you guys are aware, like this map, you guys need to see that development on the Discord. I have photos of the indoor arena. It is very strange for me to say that we're about to hold this at an indoor arena. Like, I don't know, it hasn't fully hit me, because when I went to go visit these indoor arenas, I was just like, okay, so you guys know me, like I'm very like I love pro wrestling. I love the feeling, the entertainment, the theatrics. That's why I like doing WMO so much. But like to do this at an actual indoor arena where we're gonna have a camera team and a commentary team, and we got different types of production, different types of lights hitting. It's just like putting it together has been very, very fun. And anyone who is going to be there on day one is going to see all the hard work we're putting in. But I'm I'm always the most excited when it comes to, even with WMO game day, because I like seeing the skills that you guys are coming in with. So like Pigpen messaged me today. We were talking back and forth a little bit, and he's thinking about coaching one of the teams. I can't wait to see what kind of team Pigpen brings together. Like I want to, and I know that Yada Yeet was thinking about making a team, and we have two other people that are local here that are thinking about creating their own team and getting like a coach system going for that too. So without even having a dry run of the game, people took to it and they just kind of blended it with like other things that they've done in the past. And it's just they're like, hey, this is kind of easy. They're bringing like their paintball skills too. I told them this is not paintball, and they said, well, I can bring over that concept because I'm good with the paintball gun. And I said, you have fun. Like that's cool. You know what I mean? Because you bring everyone in and they can showcase those types of skills, because this does not exist anywhere else. See, best I can do is Canadians on drugs with motivation problems. I've missed everything so far.
Yeah, because Pigpen said he'd start a team called a team of Canadians on steroids with anger problem, and I don't do steroids, nor do I have an anger problem.
Canadians. So I don't know if we're supposed to do drug testing. So Pigpen, if you come in with the
how's that gonna work?
if Pigpen's team is like jacked to the gills, I don't know. Like, there's not supposed to be any contact, but that's gonna be a pretty intimidating team. So I don't know how well they'll do, because if you have somebody who's jacked to the gills, right? They gotta hide behind one of those, one of those walls or inflatables or whatever. So if they're jacked as hell, but like their big beefy ass arms hanging out from the side of the inflatable, they might be susceptible to getting hit by that jelly ball. So you may want to get like a team of like runners, right? Because they're gonna be super, super skinny. So you can just hide them behind the inflatables, and it might work out better than like the jacked Marine Corps Canadians coming in. Oh man, so DJ Defile came up with some great map ideas as well, and there's been a few others too. And again, I just want to appreciate you all. I want to say thank you for giving me ideas on what we can do with this section over here, because that's the section that's going to change up the most. So like there may be one constant map that is played the most because everyone has the most amount of experience with it, and we can showcase more of the pro players the best that way. But just realize that whatever we do here, you can change it up. You can DM me and say, hey, this is what should go here. But just know that the theme we're going with is neon lit inflatables. So as long as you have that idea for this, we can customize those things to match whatever map you're thinking of, and we'll name the map after you. That's no problem. Like that reminds me of Um, God, Dust 2. I was watching some of the old school movies today just to kind of get a feel for everything again. And they stuck, was it Dust or Dust 2? It was Dust 2. Dust and Dust 2. They stuck the name of the creator on the map. So that's something that I think would be really fun, especially if we had like a development section on the website, like a historical thing, where like maybe years down the road, someone's just looking around saying, "Hey, so who created Neon City, right? Neon City map." And then we just have like your name there, under the historical criteria. Or it's like, okay, I don't know, Saturday made the Neon City maps. We was forever a part of our league. So whatever you guys do, whatever you come up with, please, it's going to be a part. If it works and it works in that system, yeah, we're doing it. What's up, Doc? Ice World. I remember that.
Yeah, nice and easy.
You know what map was sticking out to me? And I don't know if these maps are still played in Counter Strike, but Mill, Mill. When I was watching some of the old movies, Aztec, Prodigy. God, I just
Yeah,
such a
actually,
throwback.
I think they just released a map called Mill, but it's actually not the layout from like it has nothing to do with the classic map. The reason why we could never have Mill actually is because CPL owned the rights to it, and so when they died, nobody could copy it. It was I don't know if you remember Tuscan. So Tuscan was basically Mill with a different like skin to it, basically a reskin of Mill.
Yeah, I just I remember like Mill was such a great map, and like there's other land tournaments that couldn't use Mill because of the rights. Like CXG way back, CyberX games couldn't use Mill because CPL had
What's
all the rights.
Well, it's okay because they couldn't run a tournament either. So.
Oh my god, I was there that day. Like that was the same day Funk had cried. That's when he became iconic. Like this old school player named David Funk, he cried, and then I
Yeah, they
forgot
threw out
who
his computer.
yeah, that's right. The kids threw out the. It was crazy. They trashed his computer, and then someone took a video of him crying, and it became this huge meme in like the Counter Strike scene back in the day. So, um, but not to say that we're gonna want to make people cry in this thing. What I'm saying though is like whatever map we create, um, and Pigpen actually brought this up earlier too. Let me see if I can. Oh,
I was gonna say, I think Pigpen's idea is to make his opponents cry based on what he's been saying in chat so far.
Well, I think Pigpen's got the right idea then. If
Yeah.
people ain't crying, then I having fun, all right?
what's up, Doc? How you doing?
Yo.
Yeah, one idea he had, and it's something that I'm definitely aligned with, which is having the. So okay, we want once people understand this game, we want other places to have like little mini leagues to practice this. And if this makes money, then just like the NFL, what we would do is create franchise teams for this in the future and then move the money to like the tinier leagues so that way they can practice and grow their teams. But you also have like a Pee-wee league that Pigpen was talking about. Oh, hold on. I got people here. And Saturday, I think you might be double feeding, brother.
I hear double feeding when
Shalom.
I'm not when I'm muted, so it's not me.
Oh, I gotcha. So, what's up, Erica?
It could be me too.
Hey,
No, Saturday, it's 100% you.
how you
Not that I
doing?
can-
Oh,
not
everything's
much I can
great.
do.
It's great to have you guys back. I haven't we haven't done a podcast in so long.
I know.
I'll
It's
figure it
been
out.
years.
It's been
Yeah,
years.
literally.
And this it's a different this time because we're trying to create like a sports thing of sorts, like a league situation. But I'm down to have a chat on literally anything tonight. But I did go over this little bit, and we're trying to put this into an actual arena, which is crazy. Like I've never looked at arenas and actually like thought, hey, I could, I'm gonna try to put something here because my dream back in the day was like, how do I get WMO in like like to be a intermission during like a pro wrestling event, like a local one. That's what I was thinking of back in the day, and I was like, man, I don't think it would ever work. But with this, after like, I don't know, this thing developed pretty quickly. Um, After maybe a couple of months, yeah, we've put together something that could actually go into an arena where anyone of all ages can play. So it's been such an amazing experience. So next year, we already have like two arenas in mind. One is pretty big. They're both indoor arenas, but one's pretty big. The one that I looked at last week, the indoor arena has two major fields, and then they have two major fields directly to the outside of it. And I wanted there to be like an ultimate like event day, right? Like not the first event. The first event's like a total feeler. I want to see if we can knock out the production of this. Which Jester, he's got so much experience with all the cameras and everything. I think it's just going to fly. It's gonna look amazing. You guys are gonna love it, and whoever's gonna be there is gonna have an amazing time. But after the first event, 1000%, I'm probably gonna go to this larger indoor arena in Antioch, and that's the one that has the two major fields inside and the two outside. And what I want to do is I want to hold the Strike Cup. So I want to have four teams, only four teams. They go there and it's a knockout stage. It is literally one day. And then at the very end, that's when they get our whole trophy. Back when I used to do the belts, I'm going to have the trophy made, and then it'll be like for a cash prize too, because we're going to have the right sponsors and everything in place to get this thing to go. So it'll be something where, everyone who's competing in it can have a legitimate great time, a lot of production with it. If you're a streamer, it's going to be perfectly, you're going to be like, you're going to have so much content to play with while you're there. I guarantee it. And even if you're a team that did not win that bigger prize, the whole focus of this is to create franchise teams so that way it can turn into something where each event, doesn't matter if you win, lose, or draw, you're paid something. That's a franchise team as a whole. Do I see this going year round? I don't know. Who knows, right? Do I see it being a nice one day big event type situation? Oh yeah, Bog Almighty. I can see that happening. That's going to be
How
like,
often will you have games?
I mean, it's really dependent on how well the first event goes down. Like the way we develop it, it looks good so far, and the arena looks good, and where it's at. Almost every because the people that are going to come to this, there's going to be families there. Like there's going to be families coming with the kids because all the age range of this is going to be so vast, and it's going to be standing room only. Like I don't think you guys realize like, how many people are going to actually show up to this thing, and the so the way I see it is depending on how well this first event goes, um, I'm probably going to try to run this once every quarter. So like maybe, you know, by the before December, I'd probably want to do the major event, probably before October, because I don't want people to have to like, because it's gonna be hard for people to fly out for like, holidays are coming up, right? Like, October, Halloween, Thanksgiving, all that stuff, right? I would want like the major final event sometime in September, maybe, and that would be the whole Strike Cup thing. So we'll probably do, depending on how well it goes, once once every quarter, and then cut it a little close to quarter three for the big one. So I'd like that to happen, maybe three times a year, four times a year tops.
That'd be good. It gives people time to fly out too.
That's the big thing, and like what one of the major pitch decks that I have after the first Strike League event, and there's already one person that has some interest. They just want to see how that day one goes, and
Right.
my goal is to have day one go really well, and whatever teams and whatever commentators were there and whoever was there for like just day one, right? Cool. What that tells me is day one, everything went well. I'm going to ask those people to come back for the next one, and it'll just be completely paid. That's the whole idea. Because the original concept was to make a full season of this and record everything and just have it, you know, pitched out to just I don't know, either Amazon, Netflix, or whatever, because they're willing to take on anything at this point. But like the thing is, it's so different. So that's why the production has to be very key, and that's why I can only do an indoor sports arena. And the indoor sports arena has to allow me to almost convert the entire inside to look and feel different, which will take about, we calculated about 4.5 hours worth of building before people can enter, before we can actually call it like, hey, so this is the start of the actual event. It's going to be 4 hours worth of like building stuff up between the cameras and getting all the lights in place and the tables and that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, I would really, one idea is to just take day one, record it, send it. They like it. Then I would ask whoever was a part of that to come by for a week's worth of filming. It would obviously be fully paid because we'd actually have the endorsement for it. And then we'd have 1 full week of filming. And then after that, hey, sayonara, have fun. This thing's going to go up on either Amazon or Netflix in like 2 months after post happens. And then have fun. Just don't tell anyone who wins. That's the whole point. So, but that's what we're going for. That's why all of this is happening. That's why on the website there's an actual message on there that we had moved up applications for the coaches 6 months in advance because we didn't expect to be this far in. The hardest part was finding companies to make our vest custom because it is very hard to find a vest that senses the type of bullets that we use and to make you feel like you're in a video game. So that was the hardest part. The guns and everything were pretty easy. Finding the LED lit ball that would actually, not just get destroyed whenever you throw it was fairly easy to find. You can carry it around. It's good. It's the right size too, so you can carry your gun and carry the ball around. Kind of Pongo Mighty once it happens. I can't wait to see that. And man, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. So, but
What all do you have in place? Like, do you have like a team for setup specifically and stuff like that?
you mean like, do we have teams already in place?
Yeah, like do you have like an idea of who you would want as your setup crew? Like who do you want to play the first game? Like stuff like
Like
that.
staffing,
Oh, I
Yeah.
all
so
that.
so
Yeah.
for the games, there's already been players that I reached out to a couple about 2 months ago, just because they had like a very dynamic personality, like when they were on WMO, um, and they showed a lot of interest. But for me, the way I was looking at it is, I want to extend like opportunities to literally anyone. I don't want to reach out. But I was told that the professional paintball scene would love this, and I actually sent an email out to see if any one of them pro players and their teams would like it, and they automatically jumped on it. But the thing is I don't want to bring in pro paintball players, pro airsoft players. I want this to be like, yo, so this is going to go to anyone who wants to develop a team and just jump on board. It kind of reminds me of, and Frankie may remember this too, like over at the CPL, right? That was like the gaming, LAN tournament back in the day. That was the big one, and you could make a pickup team with your friends and just show up on day one and be a part of like a knockout stage, just to see if you could compete against the actual like world class players. So the way that I envision this is I want people to create their own teams, come up with a name for their team, send me the logo, and I'll put it a part of the entire production. And that would just be your team. And if your team is like super badass, super good, then if all falls into place with day one, then we're going to create those franchise teams. And then that pickup team now just got picked up in like a like a kind of like how the NFL has a draft. You know what I mean? We're gonna have coaches after day one. If everything picks up, those coaches will then become franchise coaches, and those franchise coaches will then choose what teams they liked from the Strike League day one, and then they'll choose. Hey, listen, so this team was great. Hey, we're gonna do a week worth of filming, blah blah blah. If that type of situation happens, and then they'll just represent the franchise team, and then they'll get paid for that, and so would the coaches too. So literally anyone can join this and just create a team and just have a good time. And if you win on day one, by all means, like you'll probably get a phone call. You probably get a phone call back like in 2 weeks. If we can get this thing picked up and good to go, you get a phone call back in 2 weeks. If this thing does not get picked up, and let's just say they tell me, hey, listen, we got to see one more event. That's fine by me because I'm doing this probably 2 to 3 times a year anyway. So I'm all about it. So like it's going to be a consistent thing. So there'll always be opportunities to compete in this, be a part of a really good production, and win potentially a Stripe Cup trophy. And we will definitely have some type of like money endorsement for this, just so anyone who does like win can get a little bit of something. So.
Is there any plans going forward to be able to like customize vests and guns and stuff like that according to the team?
Sorry, I just read this thing in the chat. Sorry about that, Doc. Go ahead.
Is there any plans going forward, like probably not like immediately, but like once these franchise teams kind of get established to have them be able to like customize their own gear?
Absolutely. So, the one of the companies, and I'll get to your question too, Captain Funk. So we have technically three companies, but two really matter the most. One is a very well-known gun company, and they deal in jelly balls. That's all they do. They're one of the most known Australian, because in Australia, jelly ball is huge. By the way, it's like their version of paintball. This company is a part of the largest Discord in that Australian Gelsoft Discord. So they're making our guns custom. So when it comes to the gun customizations, they could literally have it to me in like less than a week. That's how quick they are. For the clothing company, um, that's easy. Same thing, 1 week. So our whole thing was is like we want the franchise teams to have their own identity. We don't want them to just wear, the standard stuff that everyone wore like on day one, which our outfits look pretty good on day one, but they're not like, you know, when you go to like a football, basketball, or soccer game, the other team has like a custom jersey. So we have that company to do the clothing for us. It would just come down to like what's going to be the names of the franchise teams and how well could they make it look. We have some name. Blunt actually came up with some really good franchise teams names. We have 10 that we have set to the side. Will it be that many teams? Probably not. Um, do we assume that maybe 6 teams could be franchise teams? Yeah, but that would actually be one of the funnest parts because we can design the clothing with that team. So like they would also be a staple in making something for that franchise for years to come, including the gun. Since they've played in the game, they'd be one of the first people to ask like, hey, so how do you want to have your gun look, and what especially do you want your clothing to look like, and your logo and stuff like that. So it'll be cool. So like whoever's going to be there for like the day one of that, and we do the franchise stuff, they're going to have like their name kind of strapped to everything for a long time, for years to come. So it's like being a pioneer, like I said. Hurricane Pigpen going, shut up, rat.
That was to Cody.
Okay. Urka, too bad you're not Canadian. Almost had yourself a squad. Oh, man. Saturday. I have not heard from you, brother. How's everything?
Is he still here?
He's still here yet?
Yeah,
I think he
Oh,
is.
he's just muted.
Is Frankie gonna be doing the DJ sets during it or what? Yeah, Frankie, come on, dude.
I'd be down for that. Actually, we have Tribute doing the commentary as well. So Tribute, man, are you ready?
Hello.
He's high right now.
No shit.
he took a fat rip right now, and then like
I'm here.
It's gonna make for an interesting broadcast.
And everything, man. No, I'm pumped. I think it's gonna be a good time. Just seeing this thing come together from the beginning has been really cool, and seeing the way that it's developed from the start has been a fun thing to see. So I'm excited to see it all come together and actually see it go down in person.
I feel like Trivy's commentary is going to be like, it's going to be like, what's a good way to put this so I can still put this as made for kids on YouTube? He'll be high on sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of candy, right?
I think
A
he'll
lot of
be
pi- lot of
okay
pasty
because it's
sticks.
professional. I think he'll keep
Yeah.
it professional for this.
Yeah, there's no shot that I'm going to be taking anything beforehand. I'll be fine.
No, I'm just
Maybe,
kidding.
maybe a good monster, a good
No, he's
energy
not.
drink will get me fucking riling.
Riling.
I don't know.
Riled up.
Riled, dude.
He's so gone right now. Oh my god.
Mute Cody mute.
Oh, you can hear it in the background. What's up? What's going on, DJ DePaul?
Yo, what's up? Just vibing. I just wanted to say,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
so
Yeah, that was a good one.
Holding.
everything that you've said so far, I really, really, really like your involvement and everybody's involvement in this thing. It's super, super inspiring, and also keep up the excellent work. This is going to be huge.
I appreciate that. It's more than my efforts, that's for sure. Like everyone's been putting in a lot of great ideas, and man, it's just fun. Like I just wanted to do something that was like super fun, and like before this, I was doing WMO, and WMO was fun for me, because I'm a huge like pro wrestling nerd or whatever. So I was like, hey, promos, it'd be great, put people on, and I feel that way with this, but I feel like I can do more things with this, and it's like now I can actually do more things in general. Like I can go places, and like people can come out and have a good time, and like actually kind of interact. So I'm excited, and this is no way in shape or form like a done game, because it'll forever change. Because unlike football and unlike basketball and unlike soccer, our maps can change in the center nonstop. So whoever has an idea for a map or even a gun, or even you can even change the look of our strike ball. Like if people can forever change like how they want this to look. In fact, just like with the strike ball on top here, this is the kind of hologram that we're going for above the map. For this first Strike League game, I don't know if we're going to be able to do the hologram like this on top, because I found out how much the cost of that thing was, and man, we're this is day one for us, so we're happy to just be in the indoor arena at this point, and getting everything ready. But after the first event, like we have our sights set on getting a nice hologram like this, and just picture this going above the field, and then getting drone footage going through it, and all you see is just the hologram and the players below you shooting. It's just this is gonna be awesome. Like that's all I gotta say. What's up, Yada?
Hey.
Oh my god, is that Scroats McTotes?
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
My name is Yada Yeet. I'm new. I saw this old guy last week. Pretty cool.
I think he
Still
was
did that much
relative. I think he's a younger dude. Like not too old, not too young. He's right there in the middle. You know what I mean? Right there. Not middle aged, but just right there in the middle.
He took me to the best place in the world.
It
Thank
was
you.
awesome. It was of course. Yada came out, and he's actually going to play in the Strike League. So Pigpen is going to be a coach in the Strike League. So just saying, Yada, you may end up on Pigpen's team, or you might be playing against Pigpen's team. So be ready for that. But
I count as like 3 people, so I mean,
it's a 4v4 game, so it's going to be you and
Which
one
is
other
crazy
person.
because you've been hitting the gym. That's wild.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know where it's going, but no, there's there's going to be, so next week I'm going to another indoor sports arena, but just to let you guys know, one of the arenas we went to was located in Antioch. Is the Antioch Indoor Sports Arena. Really good people. That's the really big one that I want to go to in the future. There's one other one that we went to, and that's at Crockett Indoor Sports Arena. Those are the two that we're looking at. but we're looking at 2 more, and I'll be going to one of those next week. I'm gonna try to take footage of it. I think it's. I just want you guys to be a part of like me prospecting these indoor arenas and seeing like how we can really play with everything. Just make it all like neon lit, cyberpunk, just that kind of situation. So we're not trying to make the field look like a soccer field. It's just gonna have a whole other vibe to it. 3 men equal 0.8 Canadians.
Yeah, I agree to that one.
See, oh, here we go. I am so sorry. This thing did not scroll down. How long can you swap out the middle section, do you think? You mentioned about 4 hours for full initial setup. Oh, the 4 hours is just going to be all the lights, the cameras, getting the commentary booth set up, getting everything ready for add-on production during that time, because I want to have those names show up in the top right. To change the middle section, oh, you're talking like 20 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops, just to get the stuff interchanged out here, because we're not carrying like we're not going to have like abandoned vehicles or wheelbarrows. Like, no. These are going to be LED lit inflatables that we can have in and out, in and out, in and out, and we can customize those things too. What'll change is the lighting structure of the entire map. So like that lighting structure and how we move those inflatables is what's going to pull you into a whole new situation. Plus so on each side, just so you're aware, on each side of the map, we're going to have large speakers, and we're going to have large speakers in the front. And what that's going to do is going to provide the ambiance for that map. So with Neon City, it's a war-torn, decayed city, right? So you're going to have like those speakers bring out that type of vibe. It's going to bring out those types of sounds. So it's going to pull you into that kind of a map. So whenever we change the mapping structure, the sounds will change also. But we want to keep it still sports feel, right? So when someone goes and like, let's say they get the touchdown on the control zone, the speakers are gonna, say, our version, control zone through 5 points, 5 points, and then the lights are gonna pop off here really quickly. You're gonna go flash like that, and then just like in basketball, when this team here now has the ball and they come to that side of the field, you're gonna get defense, defense, because this side has to defend the control zone and the strike net, just so they don't get scored on. They want to force the turnover, which the only way you can do that is by freezing them with that gun for 8 seconds. If you get shot with the strike gun, you drop the strike ball because you're frozen for 8 seconds. That'll force the turnover. So it's gonna be super fun. But yeah, to change out the middle section, 20, 30 seconds tops. In fact, we also have the team in place to run in and clean up some of the jelly balls that didn't like either get absorbed by the field or kind of just sat there like little Orbeez or whatever. They're on the field, so no one's gonna actually trip over it. But as a precaution, just like in the NBA, when they have like that guy with the mop that like hits up the floor really quickly when somebody falls over. With this, we're gonna have like during either timeouts or at the halftime mark or at the end of the round when there's like that minute cool down where people can kind of talk. We'll have a team go out there really quickly, kind of get the the bullets off the field, and then be ready to go. But unlike paintball, it's not going to leave a smear, and the jelly balls will definitely get absorbed. It's all water at the end of the day. It'll get absorbed by the field, but we'll have a team in place to clean that up really quickly. I also want to say how excited. Oh shoot, hell yeah! Can you do the get stuff off the floor? Get stuff off the
Yeah,
floor?
yeah. Do the broom motion again.
Do the broom motion. This.
Yeah,
Okay, that's.
yeah.
Hopefully, I can still get this thing loaded up on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding, but no, like
Yeah.
from either side, it's like it's it's gonna be good. So I'm excited for it, and I hope you guys. I hope you guys come out for it. But if you guys can't, then the whole concept is to have you guys a part of it, but in a new way. So one of the ideas that one of the guys had was having like a VR setup, which I don't even think we could technically do with the very first one. It's a lot already, But with the camera set up, I'd like to be able to put people more inside the arena, make you feel like you're there. So it's not going to be like some carbon copy, like, hey, here's the camera to the commentary team. Hey, here's a camera that oversees the long view of the field. Hey, so here's the guy asking a question to one of the players. It's not going to be like that. We're trying for something really different. So we're trying for a whole other feel, just so it'll make others like want to copy the way we're doing this. So a little bit different, more first person point of view esque. The players alone here don't have microphones to talk to one another. We wanted it to be a situation where they have to plan in advance or during the downtime, the minute downtime at the end of the round, where they really need to be on the same page. So if they yell across the map, like in paintball or whatever, the other team's going to hear them and may know exactly what's going on. So they may need to come up with code words just to run their type of strat or whatever for that particular situation. So we're doing a few things that will kind of put more pressure on the teams too. The mask alone, you can talk through, you can breathe really well from. It's meant for fast gameplay, but utilizing that timing structure to be able to make the shots or make the touchdown is really gonna matter. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I got a
was gonna ask
suggestion
it.
for the vests.
Say again?
I got a suggestion for the vests.
Oh, what you got?
Can you just like put like some sort of taser inside so when they get shot, it just like actually like freezes them for a few seconds?
I vote yes on that.
Our views would
You might have to sign
Yeah.
a couple of
Also,
waivers before you
kind of
do
like
that.
They're
I'll
gonna
sign
be signing
any
waivers
waiver.
anyways.
I'll test it. I'll be the first one to test it.
Yeah, or just have the
Surprise
guns
them.
be tasers. You know?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That would-
Everyone would try and dodge getting shot. It'd be perfect.
Literally everyone would be down if that happens.
You mentioned
There would be at
microphones,
least
but
one.
Yeah.
have you considered miking up the players just for post production or whatever highlights
what we
or stuff
do
like
have.
that? For
Yep,
Yeah.
we do have that. That's the only thing. So
Okay.
like when you get that first person point of view, that the mic's going to be there. We're trying to find the right kind of like camera microphone setup for that. But like, yeah, you can hear all that. So like in post, it's going to be awesome because you're going to see it from the point of view and you're going to get all the action. So like the breathing, them saying, oh no, fuck, that kind of shit, right? So like it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that portion. That's what's going to be fun in post to see like how they're communicating, because what that'll do is like after the first event, it'll force other teams to know like how the other teams played and do better in the second Strike League event. So like there'll be different kinds of like tactics being made when it comes to just that kind of sheer communication. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. That was one of the first things I was thinking about, like, damn, like how do we make it even better in post, where you can feel the drama? Because like when I was watching some of these other games, like there's no microphone set up, you don't know how the bullets are going, and it just doesn't feel, you don't feel anything, so I wanted to have that there. What's up, Oxus? I see. Do you have different gun
Hi.
setup? Oh, sorry, Freaky, go ahead.
I was going to say, the most important question, I can't believe nobody asked this, is what about cheerleaders? And if yes, can I be in
Ooh.
charge of that?
No, me.
These are
Yeah,
good
I want to
questions, actually.
supervise Frankie on that one. Too.
Yeah.
Just to make
Yeah.
sure.
I'll
Can I
wear a
run
wig.
Yeah.
dual duties?
So we,
Yeah.
so,
Can we have 7 managers
Be a cheerleader.
for the cheerleaders?
All jokes aside.
I'll wear a wig.
I mean, if we do that, I'm an actual cheer director, so I vote myself in.
so we have
Yeah, I don't need him to
Don't
do
listen to her.
anything.
Don't-
I
don't
just need
listen
him
to her.
stand there.
we have strike girls. We do, but what they do is they hold up the sign for round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4, and sudden death in case sudden death happens. So
That's
we do have strike girls. Yeah, I mean there could be cheerleaders. I mean this is all open, so waving and everything. It's all open. So like we could have a strike league cheer squad. We could totally cyberpunk the hell out of it too. Like you know what I mean, like futuristic neon lights and everything. We could do that. So if anyone has ideas for like strike girls cheerleading with like the neon lights and everything, I'm totally down. Totally down. That sounds actually
Yeah.
bug almighty.
Yeah, if they want to send applications, my email is
Yeah.
Get it. Okay, Captain Funk says, "Do you have any different gun setup?" We had two. This was the first gun setup. This was the first one. But the thing is this has evolved actually. Um, the gun that's now being done, we have one version of it, and we're working on a pistol. The pistol you can see in the development tab. What it does is it shoots yellow jelly balls or whatever, and it also ejects smoke. So you get the concept of like how a real gun will feel. So the smoke and everything, jelly ball coming out, and it shoots out the lights. So all of our guns are going to have tracers. So if you go to the development tab, also you'll see the M4 setup. The M4 setup, literally, whenever you shoot, it has the green neon jelly balls, but it also eject light because we want that full like neon city kind of feel. So it's gonna be badass. We have two gun concepts, one pistol and one M4. The pistol's gonna be probably the best for the runners that want to go for the touchdown, on our control zone, or if they want to run and try to shoot the ball. Because carrying that M4 and carrying that strike ball might be a little hard. But hey, I mean, if you could just do that, aim good, and throw at the same time, that would be very badass. And I'm a huge John Wick fan, so like for me, I just picture like just craziness happening, multitasking with the gun and everything. It's just with all the lights, it's gonna be badass. I can't wait to see what people actually do with this. Sniper. What's up? What's up, Tugboat? Sniper. So, okay, we haven't come up with the sniper yet, but that was one of the first things that I wanted to do, but I wanted to establish the informed pistol first. But with the sniper rifle, I would like it to mimic how the AWP was in Counter Strike, where it's like when you get shot with that thing, yeah, you're 1000%
what?
frozen. The op.
The fucking what?
The op. I call it the AWP. I don't know. I still call it that after all these years. It's
Let's
crazy.
call it that too sometimes.
I'm so bad. But like I definitely wanted that. So probably not the first Strike League event, but the second one, we'll have that one ready to go. There's one I have in mind. It's just not fully ready yet for sure. But the other two are. Day one may just come down to just the M4s and no pistols. So yeah, you're gonna have to get creative with that, and not one player can hold both M4s and one player holding the strike ball, because it would just be too crazy. You wouldn't hit anything because it'd be the blowback on this has CO2 blowback, so like you actually get the recoil back on these guns. So carrying both, you probably would have trouble hitting anyone at that point. It might be a detriment to your team. Dual wield strike girls. Hey, that would be cool to see on camera and put it into post. I don't know how we'd fit that in there. But see, make sudden death called kill time. Kill time would actually be kind of badass. Let's see, what else have we got? Top level gooner. Okay, a lot of daddies in T. Okay. Shoot. Well, that's all I got. That is all I got at the Strike League. But I will say this though, it's the very first time, like literally, I've ever done anything like this. It's been crazy. Like I didn't even think that I would even get this far with this. I assumed that like maybe by this month I would have just a general idea of how the game would be played, kind of. 'Cause I was like, screw it. Like I want to do something different, but I want it to look good. I want it to feel good. I want people to actually have fun with it, because you know, I've done game shows in the past, where like I thought it was badass, but then the day came and I'm like, oh wow, this sucks. Like everyone that's a part of it is doing amazing. They're actually making this really shitty game entertaining, and I've had a couple of those. So like when it came to this, I was like, man, if I go all in, I want to make sure that it's actually fun. And the only way to do that is to like literally pick as many people's brains as you can and figure out generally what they like and just combine the hell out of it. And then what I've been doing is just asking you guys, like, hey, does this sound good? Does it sound like it's trash? Does it sound like it's something that, hey, whatever, might check it out for like 10 minutes, whatever. And I'm totally cool with that 10 minutes, because if someone's willing to watch this or play this to give it a shot, that tells me that I'm doing something right. and that there might be something there. So the way I see it is, if you enjoy first person shooters and you enjoy the concept of like sports in general, even just watching it, like basketball, playing with your friends and family, doesn't have to be a pro game at all. Playing soccer with your friends and family, playing football with your friends and family, and just combining what you enjoy with gaming into this, I feel like that's a great recipe where people can just legitimately have fun. And with the kind of guns that we use here, you don't even need to wear all the stuff that we're going to give you, because you could literally get shot right on the skin. You'd never feel it. But it does have enough pressure where it will set off the vest that we've created for it. And that was the hardest part, was to find a good vest that was light up, that would actually have haptics where you can feel it and sense the shots coming its way. We have that, and it's in the development tab, but it is very Pogo mighty, so it's badass. Um, but that's it for me though, guys. So again, I don't know if you guys have any kind of final thoughts on this, or anything you guys want to say, or if it's just like, yo, I'm cool with it all.
I think you're on the right track with everything, honestly. I mean, and taking your time with it to make sure like the production is actually in place is amazing as well.
When's a dry run coming? We just finished actually most of the game. And again, Urka, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, we literally finished everything. So what we're probably gonna do is in about a month, um we'll probably do the dry run just on one of the fields over here in 1 month's time. Because it'll take about a month for those custom guns to come in, and all the jelly balls that we'll need. Other than that, we'll probably have the nets all set up at that point. So we'll test this on at one of the fields here in Nashville. Um, and man, just kind of watching it and like playing it in my head, it looks like it's just gonna be super fun just to like get involved with. So next month. So if anyone local to here, heck, if you're watching the pre-record on this, yeah, jump on, shoot an email to me, whatever, jump on the Discord, or anyone that is watching the stream right now. We're live on Kick and YouTube. I did see some of the messages from Kick. Thanks for the follow. I just started this channel, by the way. If it's mad random, it is. It's very random. But if you want to learn more about the league and everything, please go to the website, and you'll be able to find the Discord and everything as well too. But long story short, yeah, in about a month's time, it'll be we'll probably do the dry runs for this. So I want to see this actually in gameplay mode. We probably won't have the vests at that time to do the dry run, but we'll definitely have a means of tracking those player hits. We already do at the moment. We just wanted it to be a heck of a lot better when it came to anyone watching, to see all the visual appeal happening when they got shot with those jelly balls. But 1 month's time, we'll have the dry runs coming. I'll sniff him. I'll sniff him for science, of course. Oh my god. But anyway, guys, again, I appreciate you, and I do want to give a shout out to everyone that's here. It's been quite a while, and I haven't done a podcast in long time. Like, we're talking like, what feels like a decade at this point, right? But again, I appreciate you guys for jumping on board with this, checking out our new project, and yeah, I hope this project, when it comes time for it to go live, that it blows your mind. And I think it will. I think it's going to do absolutely all the things that I think it's going to do. And I have not felt this confident with something since I started WMO. And WMO, for those that don't know, it was a personality show that I completely mimicked from pro wrestling, gave a pro wrestling feel, but a personality dynamic show with judges and everything. And everyone that is in this Discord right now was a part of that. And I know that I had a lot of fun with it. And I definitely had a lot of fun with you guys being a part of it. So with that, I have a lot of great memories for that. And I have the belt still in my closet, and I still look at that every time. I'm like, you know what? This is memories. That's, for me, that's always going to be memories. And when it comes to this, I feel like I feel like I can take this to another level, and I feel like this is something that you can definitely play with your friends, your children, and heck, who knows? If it goes somewhere like in a few years, maybe we'll have people that say, "Hey, I want to be I want to be a striker in the strike league," and maybe it'll matter at that point because who knows? Maybe by that time we'll have some pretty good endorsements coming in where you know, you can get paid some pretty good money by playing something that you legitimately enjoyed watching growing up because that's supposed to be the long term of this. So, but that is it, guys. You get froze when shot, right? Yeah. So if you get shot with the jelly ball, your vest is gonna light up, and your health bar right here is gonna go down. And the moment it goes down, you're frozen for 8 seconds, and then your vest is gonna tell you when you can move again. It talks to you like at the start of the round, it says go, 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 go. And it has the same kind of like voice comms as Counter Strike. So if you played Counter Strike in the beginning, it says go, go, go. It's exactly what the vest does for you. It says go, go, go. So it'll tell you when you're unfrozen as well. But your vest is going to light up the moment you get shot. So you'll know exactly when you get hit too. There's no way of denying it. That's why I didn't want to go with the honor system because the honor system, like in like a high stakes kind of game, you may have gotten hit, but you may have missed it too. You know what I mean? So it's better just to have something there to give you that hey, listen, I did get hit. I'm frozen for 8 seconds. When this thing tells me I can move, I can move. There is no hunter anymore. Yeah, probably not. Actual melee weapons. So we looked at lightsabers, believe it or not, and there's no way we can do it. Like I honestly wanted to put lightsabers in this thing, but there's just no way. It's just better to do it with the guns and everything because melee weapons, you run into all kinds of crazy liability. It's just at that point, so we couldn't do it. But again, I just want to say thank you to everyone here. Thank you, Erica, for joining. Thank you, DJ Defile. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Frankie. Factions. I'm always going to call you Frankie / Factions because I always remember you as Factions from back in the day. I'm always going to call you that. Saturday, I appreciate you being part of this, brother. Tribute 17, Yada Yeet, Oxus, Captain Funk, and I think I've mentioned Tugboat Paul. Scroll Pigpen, scrolling. R Josh, what's up, brother? So just guys, appreciate you all for being a part of this. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit better of a presentation. I wanted to do something a little bit more than just show like a random graphic and just like have my voice behind it. I feel like it might be better just to kind of show you by my hands, like, hey, so here's generally where the movement's going. I think in the future, what I'm going to do is I'll have like players kind of set up throughout the map, and I'll have like different things on the map that you can expect from that type of map. So like Neon City, you'll see things here. And then when game day actually does happen, when we finally have like our, official John Madden kind of guy, what he'll do is he'll talk about the plays that happened, and what'll probably happen in the future is those plays will kind of be like a standard. So there might be new versions of like a blitz, right, or something like that. So different things, different fun things to look forward to. But again, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you for being a part of this, and have a Pog Almighty good night.